hello to my space. I'm so happy, really happy to having you today, to be able to have this intimate conversation with you. Sorry, my Mila is here. Do you mind?
I love that she's here, but I'm scared to touch her in case she bites.
No, just bark a lot. First of all, I need to tell you that I really admire you, but not only because you are this iconic supermodel, but because you are a strong woman, a super strong woman. I read your book. Well, actually, I listened to your book, and I listened in one day. I couldn't stop. Thank you for sharing such a deep story, your story, with all that ups and downs. And maybe it's the same as everyone else with these ups and downs, but the way you manage each situation, and I think you become a better person each time, more profound, more deep, and that makes you a real survivor. And that is what I admire the most about you.
Oh, thank you. It's been such an interesting journey, and I'm loving being here and talking with you about all these things that we all consider in our lives. And, you know, with the book, it was, yes, it is my life story, and with all the twists and the turns and the ups and the downs and the, you know, wonderful things that happen, but really, it's a book of wisdoms that I hope people can apply to their life, to their individual life. And I just share it from how I coped with things, but it doesn't necessarily mean that it's for everybody, but to take on some of those ideas and apply it to your life. And so I hope it was inspiring, and that you got to know yourself better through reading the book, not necessarily only get to know me better.
No, I think the book is fantastic, and you said your book was about love.
Yes.
And it's about love.
Yes, it is a love story.
It's a love story. So, no, congratulations. I hope we can have it also in South America soon.
Yeah, I think it's just been translated into Portuguese. So we have to do
but
Spanish.
But it's in Spotify. No, in Audible. I heard in Audible.
Right.
It's fantastic. For me, hearing with your voice also means a lot.
Thank you.
Okay, so when I was thinking in this conversation, so many ideas came to my mind. I say, wow, what I'm going to be with Elle Macpherson. What do I'm going to ask to her? So for me, it's easy with my English to write it down, and I have it here.
Perfect.
Shall we start?
Yes,
Okay.
let's go.
Okay, the first question is, how did WelleCo start? Can you tell us the story behind WelleCo?
Well, WelleCo was born in 2014 as a result of my own wellness journey. Many people would think, oh, you know, you were a pioneer because wellness was such a wide space in marketing and advertising. But for me, I wasn't thinking of it as a business. I had reached a crossroads in my own wellness journey where all the things that I had been practicing, the well-being that I thought I knew about, wasn't working for me anymore. And I wanted to find a solution. And I went to a naturopath and a nutritionist, and I explained to her what I was feeling, which was, first of all, I didn't feel like myself. You know, I was lacking inspiration, and I was finding it difficult to get up in the morning, and my body was aching, and I was putting on weight, and my skin changed, and my hair changed, and my libido changed. And I wanted to find a solution. And so when I went to see her, she explained to me lots of things that I hadn't really understood about, you know, my hormones, but also about cortisol, about inflammation, about acidity, about how the body functions, where we receive our nutrients, some easy changes she made in my lifestyle about prioritizing sleep, drinking more water, drinking less coffee. And I started to see changes in myself when she put me on a specific nutrient program of greens. And it happened so fast. And I had been living with this uncomfortability for so long that I couldn't believe it. And I just felt at that point, when I started to see the changes, when I started to see how my attitude could change, how my body could change, how my skin could change through taking these green supplements. And at that time, it wasn't a powder, the super elixir, it was a lot of capsules, green pills, in this very proprietary blend that she worked very closely with me and, for my body. I realized that there must be other people that would benefit from this. And so I felt very called to make it accessible to as many people as possible and to help people the way I'd been helped. Because I was sure there were many other people, not just women, that were going through a lot of the things I was going through. And I didn't find solutions in anywhere else.
No, it's fantastic. For me, WelleCo has been a game changer in my whole well-being. When I start taking all the line that I took to Chile, I feel so energized. My mental clarity, my energy levels, my skin, my hair. No, it's something that the difference with other kind of supplements, because you have to take some vitamins, vitamin D, vitamin K, I don't know, but when you take this, you see the real results so soon. In 2 weeks, my customers say, I feel great, my energy, my libido, my
digestion.
The digestion, the inflammation. I think this is maybe the most important part, the digestion, second brain.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, they're very connected. So when you get your gut in order, then your brain starts to function properly again. And when we say brain, we mean moods, the ups and downs, also the capacity to think positively, brain fog, sleep, all those things, they're connected. So the gut and the brain are very connected. And when you can heal the gut, then you heal the brain. And what I found with the super elixir, why it's so incredible, is because we've taken the guesswork out of which supplements to take. We've put it all together in the right dosage with the right combination, very carefully and considered combination of ingredients that amplify each other, so that, and it's bioavailable in that you take it in water, the body recognizes it, and that's why you feel it so quickly.
Yes.
Because the body goes, oh, finally, the nutrients that I need.
It's fantastic. And every supplement, because even like the protein is so different from others. I couldn't take protein because I feel so bloated. And this is the opposite. You feel like
super lean.
Yeah, super lean. No, it's fantastic. No, and in Chile that we have finally this line, we made the job to have this line in medical office. So we think the ingredients are so premium that WelleCo deserves to be treated like a premium line. And
I'm so, it's like so beautiful to hear that. I had somebody write to me on Instagram the other day, and she said to me, I'm very angry with you because your products are so expensive that it's, that you're just pocketing the money for yourself and you're a scam. And I said to her, listen, I care so much about the health and well-being of people. I will not compromise on the quality of the ingredients or the sourcing of the ingredients. And yes, it is a little bit more expensive, but if it wasn't that quality of ingredients, you wouldn't have the benefits that you have today. And I won't skimp on that.
Of course, and also you can take out many other supplements and have the super elixir, the goddess elixir. My God, it's fantastic. That is the only product that is only for women, and all the others are men and women. So
absolutely.
Fantastic. No, the doctors are super happy in Chile with your line.
That's so wonderful to hear. And I love that it can be the foundation for well-being. So with 3 easy steps, really, if you just were to take the super elixir, the lean, clean, nourishing protein, and then the sleep tea or the sleep elixir, evening elixir.
It's one of my
It's a 3-step program, and it's a
Yes.
wonderful foundation for health and well-being.
Yeah, I noticed you are now in the 30 days.
Yeah, 30 days well.
Well, and you have only that, or you can eat other kind of
No,
food?
you can eat other food, but what you'll find is, or what people are finding is that because they feel so nourished and they feel so good that their food intake has refined, so that they're choosing better for themselves what they're going to have for lunch, or what they're going to have for dinner, or what they have in between their meals. They're choosing so much better for themselves because their body is nourished. And so they're not craving, a lot of the wheat and sugar that they would
noticed
normally
that. Sugar, like
out.
yes.
Yeah, and that was the first thing I noticed when I first
noticed
started.
that. Sugar out, and
was
I
the
was
sugar.
super sugar
And then, of
addicted.
course, you lose weight and you feel better.
Yes.
Not only because you lose weight, but you feel better because your body's not getting those insulin spikes, constant insulin spikes that can make you super moody, super edgy, and, basically not feeling at peace with yourself.
Okay, and we said that this line is men and women, and that is super important. But when you first start, I think this is the second question, because I did my research, and you were the first one of the first one talking openly about menopause. And that is a main topic for all of us.
Yes.
And now it's a movement in Hollywood where Halle Berry, Naomi Watts, they have their own menopause lines, but you were the first ones. So how do you feel now about this new openness?
It's an interesting kind of topic of conversation, and the reason why I was sort of talking about it 11 years ago wasn't because I wanted to talk about menopause, was because the symptoms that I was experiencing were menopausal symptoms. Fortunately, and I'm so grateful to my naturopath, she never said to me, "You're going through menopause."
Oh, really?
No, she said, "We have to balance your hormones." But if she had said to me, "You're going through menopause," I would have given up. I would have just said, "Oh, well, that's it. It's the end of the road," because that's what we're taught. Menopause is an ending. It's something to be feared. It's something to worry about. It's something to deny or to speak quietly about.
Yes, we need education in that.
And she never said that to me. She just said, "We need to balance your hormones." And I'm like, okay, whatever I need. I mean, I just want to feel better. I want to look better, and I want to feel better, and I want to live my most beautiful, fulfilled life. And because she didn't put me in that menopausal box, that was the birth of WelleCo. Because I might have just gone to a doctor and said, "Okay, I'll do HRT," or "This is just what it's going to be like." Instead, I was interested in all the different symptoms and how could I heal my body? How could I support my body with what was going on? I later realized that was all menopausal symptoms. And I think that was the foundation for why I was able to transition so gracefully through my 50s and now into my 60s.
Fantastic.
But it's also a question of attitude. When you don't fear menopause, when you embrace it and say, "I have the tools that can support me through it, but I also have the heart space," the mentality of recognizing that this is a rebirth, not an ending. This is a movement into me being the most authentic and confident and true version of myself. When I take away all the restraints of having to, who am I as a wife? Who am I as a mother? Who am I as a childbearer? How my cycles are affected by the moon. When all that goes and you become this sort of pure vessel that is here just to shine your wisdoms and to guide to use your wisdoms to guide in your life and in your family's life, to be that wise elder. The purpose of menopause becomes something almost exciting, that I'm moving into this new phase where I can truly express myself.
Fantastic.
But you can only do that when you're feeling well. And so we need tools to help us feel well so that we can embrace that new perspective. And I think the menopause conversation at the moment is, I'm happy that we're speaking about it, but it's still very fear-driven. And the fear around it is more detrimental than the actual experience itself.
Of course, if you are well supplemented, as you say, and with the help needed with your doctor or whatever, you can go like easy and happy. Yes.
Yeah. And really live your fullest life.
Yes, of course. Fantastic. Next question is, because I see your life now, and at what point in your life you decide to become this 360 woman, complete in so many areas, professionally, entrepreneur, family, enjoying life to the fullest?
I don't think I actually made a decision. It was more of a series of understandings and experiences that compounded over time. So it wasn't like I'm going to be a 360 woman, you know. It was that I used my heart as a compass. I followed what moved me. I listened to my inner sense, my intuition, and the more I listened to it, the more I trusted it. I trusted myself to make decisions for myself, and did the things that sparked joy in my life. And when we infuse joy and passion and love into what we do, we're usually very good at it. And then one thing leads to another. So it was more of an unfolding, a blossoming, a becoming, rather than a decision.
And do you think that WelleCo help in this transformation?
Sure.
In this path of wellness?
Absolutely. Yes, because with wellness you can. When you're well, you can live your dreams. You can make great decisions for yourself. You can support yourself in, physically, but also mentally, emotionally, and spiritually. And I don't think that I would have made this 10, 11, 12-year transition with as much grace if I didn't have these products. And again, I'm not a spokesperson for the company. I'm a founder of a company whose ambition is to create a well world, to support people in their wellness journey so that they can be in the driver's seat of their own wellness journey, that they can feel in command of it and not having to only go to a lot of doctors to try to get other people's opinions on how they should do things, but that they have the tools themselves. They can say, this feels right for me, and to trust that in a sense and that inner guidance, as well as getting advice, but also to trust themselves.
Fantastic. Now we're going to talk about Elle.
Yes.
Your book.
Yes.
That I recommend. Well, for me, it was fantastic. Okay, so
Thank you.
What led you write such a deep and intimate book?
The book sort of wrote itself. I didn't say I want to do a book and tell my life story, because it isn't really an autobiography. I mean, if it was an autobiography, I'd need an encyclopedia if I was to mention everything in my life. In the book, I share stories only if they're relevant to something that I learned along the way of my life's journey. And it's, as I said, it's really a book of wisdoms that uses my life as a conduit to share universal wisdoms that I experienced in my life, but they are universal wisdoms.
And what do you think you help with your book? What do you...
I hope that people read it and learn to love themselves, love life, love other people, love the universe, and to trust themselves. I think it was going to be called Trust, because it really is, it's a journey of trust, learning to trust yourself. Listen to your inner sense, because your inner sense is just as important as common sense. And today in this world, we're so fascinated by kind of facts and figures and data and common sense, and we have information everywhere all over the internet, and we're always looking outside ourselves for direction. And I believe that the true direction comes from within, and when we can quiet ourselves and listen to that voice, listen to that inner moving, then we will, because the heart will never lead you astray. It is the most perfect compass. And so I hope people, when they read my book, they start to recognize and listen to their own inner voice that can help guide them on their life's journey.
In the book, you talk, it's funny, or not, the word is not funny, but many women, even strong and successful ones, speak about insecurities. What inspired you to share this part of yourself openly with others? Well,
because what I want to say when I share what would be perceived as insecurities, they're really challenges for me to recognize that there's no right or wrong or good or bad or no judgment, as long as we learn from every experience. And so or any of my insecurities were challenges for me to get to know myself and to learn from whatever the situation was. And I'm grateful to them. I'm grateful for all the moments that I was unsure or feeling less than or scared or confused, because in those moments I found myself.
You did a spirituality journey to heal many
Life
things.
is a spiritual journey. We think it's physical, and we think it's so tangible, and we think it's the house that you live in and the kids that you have and the wife that you are or the husband that you are. But really, life is an inner journey that is mirrored outside. And, we are the creators of that journey through our thoughts and our feelings. Somebody said to me when I was in a very profound health crisis, she said to me, always remember, what you think, what you feel, you make real.
So true.
And so if you focus on the beauty and what you want in life, that is what you will see in your environment. It's the law of nature, as above, so below. It's the same thing. So best not to focus on what you don't want is the bottom line.
In Chile we said, lo que tú decretas se cumple. What you said it happens.
Yes.
So you have to say beautiful things or love things, so make it real.
Yeah, and not even only what you say, but what you think. Our thoughts create our reality.
Yes.
And I think as we go on in time, we're going to see that in our next generation. Our children will understand that there will be almost instant manifestation from their thought process.
Yes.
And if we can teach them that, and that is one of the big lessons that I've been teaching or guiding my young sons, is we create our reality. We create it through our thoughts and our intentions. And so if you're feeling like a victim in your life, you're going to be a victim in your life.
Of course.
And I feel today so grateful and alive and joyful and loving. And that's the reflection I have in my life.
Yeah, I can tell you're happy. You're
Very.
in love. You're in love.
Yes, in love and loving.
Yeah, that's what is more important, to be loved or to love? I always, what gives you more happiness, to love or to receive? I always make that question.
That's a really good question. I think it goes in tandem. You get what you receive, and you receive what you give.
Good answer. Yes.
So it's both ways, and it's without conditions. So often, I love you if you are blah blah blah. But remember the love you have for your beautiful daughter. One is here. When she was born, and all throughout her life, you never ever said that you would love her if she was a certain way.
Of course.
You just loved her soul. You loved her spirit. You loved her purely and unconditionally, no matter what she does, no matter how she expresses herself, no matter what she looks like, no matter what she puts on her back, no matter what job she does, the love that you feel for her is soul to soul. And that is the love that I think is the most pure. And we experience it with our children, but imagine the state of the world if we could experience that with everybody.
Everyone.
And most importantly, with ourselves, because we're so tough on ourselves.
Yes.
Oh, I would feel better about myself if I was just a bit thinner. I would feel myself better if I didn't have these wrinkles on my face, or
Wow.
you know. And if we could just love with that purity of, it brings me to tears, from that place in our heart that has no judgment, that is the magic.
Yes.
And it's very hard to do that. Again, I'm going back to these products. If you're not well, it's really, really difficult to feel that open-heartedness, because your body is racked with pain and it's distracting. So if your body is feeling good, it is like a gateway of your heart opening as well, because you're not distracted by pain or suffering. And that's why I think this can change the world. If we have a well world, it can change it in so many ways, and we need it right now.
So real, so lovely, your words. You have, how do you say in English, like a don to speak? Yes.
It's not me, it comes from source.
But you have that, it's not easy. It's not something that you read, you have it in your heart. When I listened to your book, it was so important with your voice, because you have a special voice that, you speak more with, I don't know how to say in English,
it's
pero
truth.
lo que tú transmites is so powerful, so deep, that, real.
Voices can be very healing.
Yes.
Your voice for you is very healing.
No, my voice is like, but yours is, you have done a beautiful spiritual journey. I can tell you are like many lives.
We've all had many lives.
No, but you are, I don't know, you've done a beautiful job. Congratulations.
Thank you. The book took 4 years to write.
Wow.
I never thought I was going to write a book.
Does it heal you to write?
It was very profound, because every word is chosen consciously and intentionally. And so I had to go into deep meditation. I would get up every morning around 5. And before I did anything, I would go into my office. I would sit. I wrote by hand. I didn't write on I don't know how to use a computer.
Okay.
So embarrassing.
Neither do I.
I wrote by hand, and I would go into meditation, and I would breathe, and I would just start to write. And I didn't know what I was going to write about. I didn't have a preconceived idea. I just asked for source to flow through me, and I would never reread what I wrote, because I found that if I would reread it, I would start correcting. And, oh no, I don't want to say that, and then that would slow me down. So I had a wonderful writer's guide who helped me, and so I would send her my pages every day. And then she started to stitch it together in a chronology. And then she would ask me questions. Can you tell me about what it was like when you went fishing with your sister, for example? And then I would write, and then she would bring those in, help bring those stories in. So I was so fortunate, because I had this support, and I had the support from Source, and I had the willingness to every single day for 4 years to get up in the morning and to write for 2-3 hours. And
a long time.
It was a gift to my reader. It wasn't really for me, it was for you and for anybody else who's read my book. It was a dedication, it was a meditation, it was an invitation for you to become more aware in your own life, and to find gems and tools that you can use in your life to experience your life with more joy. So it was my gift to you.
I receive it, and I receive it. I don't know if we can talk about this, and this is not an advice to anyone because each person must make their own decision or medical decision, but how was your journey in deciding not to treat breast cancer in the traditional way?
Well, it's interesting that you say traditional way. So to clarify,
medical way. I don't know, yeah.
So 2017, I was diagnosed with breast cancer. It was a shock.
Yes. Hey,
and it was also kind of hilarious because me, of all people, you know, somebody who was sober for, you know, at that time, 15 years, I just started a wellness company. I was the health and well-being girl. I was always very sporty. And, you know, I was shocked that I could receive a diagnosis like that.
Oh, yes.
And I realized that it wasn't genetic. It was a series of environmental things that had contributed to the body becoming confused, because really that's what cancer is a confusion within the cells. And I started to dig deeper as to what could be the cause. And I looked at things physically, emotionally, environmentally, spiritually. And I found that emotions play a huge role in any disease. It's exactly that. It's a dis-ease with self. It's a sort of rejection of self in some way. And of course, there are many other medical components. But after doing that research, I realized that if I had created this imbalance in my body, I could be capable, I was capable to create balance within my body. And I went down and I did an incredible amount of research, and I got advice from very many doctors. And it was interesting because none of the doctors nobody agreed on what to do. There was no clear path. It was like you could do this or you could do this. You could do this and this, and you could do this and this and this. And nobody gave me a guarantee, like if you do X and Y, you're going to be completely healed. They said, well, you know, you've got a good chance of living. So I just educated myself through all the doctors that I spoke to. I took all their advice, and I got very quiet, and I made a decision based on my particular case, on my belief system, on the medical advice that I'd received, on the spiritual advice that I had received from Source. And I decided to rectify it in the most natural way possible, that would cause the least amount of disturbance in my body. And I thought I would give it a go. And that's exactly what I did. And over time, I saw my body rebalance, and I cleared completely the imbalances that I had in my body. And I know it wasn't very popular, because a lot of people said, you know, you're so irresponsible, you're telling women not to do chemotherapy, and that is not true.
It was your decision.
Well, it's about finding the decision, the choice that is right for you.
Of course.
For every individual, because bodies are different. And that chapter that I talk about it in my book is not about what to do if you're faced with cancer, what solutions are available. There's none of that. That chapter is about how do you make a decision when you're faced with fear. And in my case, it was life or death fear. How do you get quiet and make a decision that is the decision that most resonates with you? Something that you can get 100% behind, because your belief system, because your body, because your mind, because your heart, because your soul truly believes in what you're doing, which is just as powerful. And it could be the same if you decide you're going to do radiation chemotherapy, mastectomy, double mastectomy, lumpectomy, whatever it is. If you 100% believe in that, that is the course of action for you. And I think it's extremely important that people listen to themselves.
I'll just keep dropping it, like there's no stopping it. They'll walk with it. La 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 la.
This is great, this one.
Oh, it's my favorite.
You know,
So
this is
beautiful.
hydroprotein from WelleCo. You know it?
I've never done it like this. This is such an elegant way to do
Yes.
it. Cheers.
Cheers.
Which is your favorite flavor?
That one.
Me too. It's
Chin chin.
fantastic. This is a cocktail
Yes.
for the sober
No,
girl.
but you see, you can do sober with
Yeah.
this.
It's amazing.
Maybe you can put sparkling water in a champagne glass.
You know what I love about the hydroprotein is that it has, so the first product we created was the nourishing protein. And I was so adamant about this formula because what I found was I was moving from England to America and I couldn't find clean food.
Right.
And I was always scared in America, like the food is not great and, you know, there's so many hormones and
You were
GMO.
always conscious about food?
Since the birth of my children.
Okay.
So, and I think any mother understands when you have children, you may not even be looking after yourself so well, but then once you start having children, you want only organic vegetables and you want to prepare them yourself and you want to give them the best food. We don't do it for ourselves, but we do it for our kids. And so I started to get much more interested in food sourcing, passionate about food sourcing, which is why I'm so passionate about the sourcing of our ingredients for WelleCo, and not, you know, relying on cheap versions of it or synthetic versions of the, you know, the natural ingredients. So the nourishing protein, it was like I just needed a clean, lean protein, and I tried protein powders, and they make me bloated, and I seem to put on weight, and they feel chalky, and you don't want to be around me when I take a protein powder. And women know about that.
Not in the gyms either. No,
No.
you can.
So, you know, I wanted to do something that was super clean, no fillers, nothing artificial, super, super, super lean. And the issue is, though, is with a protein powder like that one, it's really best taken with milk or like water with avocado to make it thicker. I wanted something that was easy and that you could just like stick in water and drink. And so, but I also wanted electrolytes, because when you go to the gym, there's
Yes.
those terrible electrolytes
Yes.
that are full of sugar.
Yes.
They taste, you know, revolting. And so I said, what if we put protein and electrolytes together? And then we have to put digestive enzymes in there so that the body can digest it. And it has to be super light, that dissolves in water really quickly, that you can take to the gym or take when
take
you're
it.
out and about,
Yes.
or drink it like this.
You know that I understood this year the importance of the protein because the doctor that we have a doctor, Magdalena
Yeah.
Farias in Chile, that is the MD, how do you say, nutrologist.
Right.
Yeah. So she done an incredible research of all the ingredients, and she explained me protein.
Protein, yeah.
So I have my shake that we are going to. I will share with you my recipe.
Yeah.
Okay, of the protein, of the shake that I like the most. So protein in the morning in my shake with the super elixir, and then I go to
Yeah.
through the day with hydro protein.
And that's exactly
fantastic.
what I do
Yes.
too, because we don't want to be eating and digesting all day.
And you buy only one for the protein and electrolytes.
Yeah.
So it's all in one. I love it. Okay, dear Elle, do you want to give a message for my people, my women in Chile and in Latin America who are starting their own wellness journey? Chile will love this. A message for Chile.
A message for Chile is congratulations on starting your wellness journey. That's the most important thing, is just to begin. And it's not about perfection. It's about recognizing where you are in your own rhythm of life. Not to be looking outside yourself and looking at other ideals, but where are you today? And if you're just beginning, I mean, that is the most magical thing, is just to begin. And here we are together.
Together.
Sharing
Yes.
this. I'm so grateful.
I was so nervous because you're a supermodel, iconic. I say, and the moment you entered the door, you were so humble, so nice, so fantastic. Now we have a moment also.
Yes.
No, it's Elle is Elle. Elle is Elle. Fantastic.
Elle is well.
Yeah.
WelleCo.
No, the name is Elle. Well, Elle. So the last question.
Yeah.
Yes? Yes. If you have to share 3 essential lifestyle habits that keep you strong, radiant, what would they be?
Apart from WelleCo products, of
Of
course. Love, laughter, and water.
Wow.
Hydration.
Perfect.
I think they're the things. Love and laughter is the most beautiful lubricant for everything in life.
Fantastic.
And I love laughter because it opens up the heart, you know, and with the heart open, you have love. And so keep it light, keep it bright, be serious but not solemn, trust yourself, and enjoy, be in joy.
Yeah,
That's what we're
enjoy.
here to do, is to be in joy. And I've loved every minute being here with you.
And apart from all of that, I will give you the best facial that you ever
I'm
tried.
lagging. What is-
I'm a facialist since 15 years. Okay, so I will give you
Thank you.
the best. You will love it. Okay,
When?
now. And okay, this closing message is to say thank you. Thank you for trust in me to take this amazing line to my beautiful Chile. You love me now.
I love you.
I love you.
I want to come to Chile.
Yeah, you will love the people in Chile.
Yeah.
You will love the people in Chile. Here, there's a lot of Chilean people, and you will love Chile. In the south, we have beautiful landscape, volcanoes, Patagonia,
Yeah.
glacier, crystal clear waters, fantastic. And in the north, we have the Desierto de Atacama, and a unique phenomenon. Sometimes of the year, we have in the middle of the desert flowers, the most beautiful flowers. So if you go to that side or the south, fantastic, you will love it. And open arms.
Thank you.
So
And I
welcome.
think because Chile has such a reverence for nature,
Yes.
that's why there feels like such a beautiful synergy between our products and you, because the foundation is the natural beauty and powerful medicinal products of nature. And that's what you experience in your world in Chile, but also us in Australia.
Yeah,
We have
I
that in
think it's
common.
similar, yes,
Yeah.
very similar.
And a respect for nature. And
Now, people is loving the everything, the line, the products. So everything, you took care so good of all the products, the ingredients, and the results are amazing.
the results are here.
I've been using, yes. We are happy. We are healthy.
Vibrant.
Yeah, vibrant. And how do you say passionate?
Yes.
I'm passionate about the line. We can do a lot of things, and we are going to do it.
Yeah. I'm really
We
looking forward to that.
connected, and this is the first day of our rest of our lives.
That's a beautiful way of seeing things.
And WelleCo is our friend, family.
Thank you.
Okay, say bye
Cheers.
with our
Bye,
WelleCo.
everybody.